He said, the elder said, I'm going to give you something. I want to want you to study this. He gave him the history of the Moors over there. So this is how deep this thing goes. It's nothing that we're making up. And all you doubt sayers, please call in. We got like, another half an hour? We got to come up on a break, right?
We got about 10 callers, y'all. Okay? So
okay, let's get in the callers. Let's get in the caller before we go to this break. You want to go to the break first? We have time for break?
We got about 30 minutes. There's about 10 callers. So if you're ready, we can just move forward.
Let's move forward. Yeah, let's move forward with the callers. All right?
Okay. Caller 913, you're live. Welcome to Civil Alert.
Islam,
caller 913.
Can you hear me?
Islam.
This is Michelle of Kansas City. It's a pleasure to speak to you all. I have about 3 questions, if I can. One is, do we need to be formally adopted by the prophet and registered in Chicago to nationalize?
Okay. Another one?
Okay. If we are the law, does the United States Code overrule us being the law? And the other one is, my understanding is that Masons are to be of secrecy, so I'm wondering how we can be both.
Okay, let's break this down. Okay, let's break this down. Taj can answer the first one. I can answer the second one, and Hannibal gets to answer the third one, if you want to do it that way. You all right with that?
All right. Repeat the first question for the people.
Okay, do we need to be formally adopted by the prophet and registered in Chicago to nationalize?
Now, very clear. Nudrali said, from the ancient pharaohs of Egypt, we received permission to occupy, to dwell, and to claim this part of the land, northwest, central, southwest of Mexum, which is now northwest, southwest, central, old Africa, which is North America, Central America, South America, and the islands, including Mexico, etc. Now, what does that have to do with Chicago? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what's the second one? Now, what's the second one?
Okay. If we are the law, does the United States Code overrule us being the law?
Okay, now, this is Sabir. Now, I'm glad she brought that up because codes, rules, regulations, and statutes does not apply to us. We had our own code. We had our own codes of law. If you look at, for instance, the Catholic Church, what I said earlier, they have their own laws. They have their own rules. They're not subject to, even though they're on the same land, they're not subject. This is when jurisdiction comes in. Even in courts, when you have subject matter jurisdiction, they have to determine what court has jurisdiction. Being on this land don't mean that you're subject to someone else. The only way you can be subject if you're property. So of more as being conscious, we are not subject to that unless we subject ourselves on, voluntarily. And they do these things by basically contracts. It could be verbal, it could be written verbally, but it being as though, and Brother Taj can bounce off of that because he knows we can go in and out of those contracts being conscious. But no, codes, rules, regulations does not apply to us, only if we subject ourselves to that. Like I said, you can use the example of the Catholic Church. Right here on this land, they can kill somebody, run into a Catholic church, and the police cannot go in there. They have to wait till the church puts them out. See what I'm saying? So being here does not make you subject. It's only if you contractually go into that with them. And this is what people have to clearly understand it. Now, property is subject to them. This is why the 14th Amendment says all persons born or naturalized is subject to the jurisdiction.
Yes, that's 14th Amendment person.
Exactly, 14th Amendment persons.
Most Americans are not.
Exactly, and anybody in corporate law will understand persons in businesses and persons in corporate law is a business.
Artificial construct.
Yeah, it's a business, but that's why they use the term. They use the term person all the time, person, but never clarify what person. Are you talking about a natural person? I mean, just don't take Sabir's word for it. I want people to Google these things, look it up, get an online dictionary. I would always tell people to purchase one, look it up, and then you'll see the difference. And this is what these false prophets don't want you to know. They thinking that because you're here, you're subject to it, and you're not subject to those things. Look up what a code is. Look up what a regulation is or a statute is, and you will see it for yourself.
Those are the government employees in check. That's what the codes are.
Exactly. What do you
check.
Okay, now what did you say, sister?
I was wondering if I can ask you a question on that.
Okay, well,
and that,
go ahead real quick. We got some callers.
If we're using the codes and affidavits and getting benefits that way, and that makes us still not subject to those codes?
That's contractual. We're going to have a show on it. Like I said, we just started this. But, sister, reach out to me. You can email me or you can just reach out to me at 1-888-495-4452. But we're trying to get this show, back on track. Cause this is what I used to talk about when I used to have my show. I would literally explain these things to people, and I do have DVDs on my website.
Okay.
With a lot of these things on it under Sabir Bey Productions. Brother, you have a third question, sister, real quick, because we have some more callers.
Okay, my understanding about the Masons, are they of secrecy, so how can we be both Masons and Moorish Americans?
Well, there's not secrecy, and again, that's them imitating you. As I just said to you, they are imitating what you have left for them. And you must understand this. Anything that is of Eastern philosophy, when the Europeans get their hands on it, they westernize it. They always throw church in it. No different if somebody was following the brother that had passed, what was his name? Sai Baba. Yet he is not a Christian, and he was, of India, but anybody that wrote books on him, and they were European disciples or whatever, they always throw their Christian beliefs in it. All right? So now, here's another key thing you can understand. When you hear or read the literature of Freemasonry, they always make sure they tell you that they're speculative Masons. And what my father and I teach you, Moors, is you are the operative Masons. All right? Now, let me give you ancient history real quick, and this is from an ancient scriptures that the Europeans,
real quick,
the Catholic Church had. I'm just going to qualify this real quick.
Okay.
The Holy Scriptures was called the Holy Corbeth, and they burnt this literature. Now, what you must understand, when the ancient prophet Osiris traveled around the world to set up the Magi priesthood, he also brought industry. So now anybody who knows the Moorish history know that we were great builders. All right? So we not only brought the metaphysical, this term total cities around, we built cities and all. So when you fell as a nation, remember, they were still ignorant. They were starting to come into reading. And what people don't also know, what me and my father was talking about a couple of weeks ago, the term Renaissance man, if you look at the time period that they were using it, 300 years prior to that, it was actually termed Moorish Renaissance man. So anyway, as you were falling, they were rising. So as you were the gods and you went to sleep, remember now, they're coming across literature and stuff that they really can't decipher. So, but the actual physical, beautiful things that you left was the beautiful edifices. So them trying to resurrect what was left that you had of them, they formulated Freemasonry, and they just associated you with just building the buildings, but they knew you were a secretive priesthood, and you taught metaphysical stuff just as well as you built big temples and synagogues and what have you. That's the quickest I can say to you real quick so you can understand that. But it's not secret. Freemasonry is a system of morality, veiled in allegory, illustrated by signs and symbols. And if you're part of Moor Science Temple, are there not the adept chamber? Your adept chamber was your Moorish rite of Freemasonry. It went dormant once they killed off Turale.
Wow.
I found out people snuck in the country when he got raised as a Mason. We talking kings and queens and stuff. I found that out once I had finally got in. Got secret that nobody was discussing outside of it. And even the Moors didn't know. And a lot of the elder Moors, they went to the grave with it. Now, shut up. Yo, go ahead.
Oh, wow. We got some more callers. But see, hope we answer all your questions, sister.
Let's drop a little bit to help. Let me give a little bit on the tail end of that to help. Sis, look at the symbol of ISIS. Look at the symbol of ISIS and her son on her knee, Horus, and then look at the duplicate of that symbol as Mary and Jesus, and understand that ancient principle goes back millennia far beyond them, and the study of the culture superseded them is called mother and son, ma, son, and the study of Masonry. That's what it is.
Wow. Thank you, Brother Ty. We answer your question, sister?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. And let me do this for the record before we go into our next caller. Don't try to call in 90 seconds before the end of the show and say that you, or be in the chat room saying you try to get in. This is your chance right now to call in right now. any questions to any three of us that's on here. This is not a one-time thing. We're going to keep Civil Alert going. And like I said, at the end, we can talk about donating. You can always go to my website, Sabir Bey Productions, or Sabir, me at SabirBey.com if you just want to donate, advertise. We do all these things. Next caller, Santasha. Who we have?
Yes, caller 773. You're live on Civil Alert.
Hi, this is Kim from Chicago.
Peace.
Can you hear?
How you doing? Peace, sis.
Hi, peace. My question is pretty simple. I am I'm in the conscious community, and I associate with a lot of people in the conscious community. And during that, I've run into some Moorish Americans. I went to a couple of classes, which was very interesting, and I learned a few things, but to be honest, it was so filled with so much knowledge that it kind of threw me, and I was wondering, like, is there somewhere where they start off with the basics, for someone who is almost like a baby learning some of the principles and laws? It did it sparked a lot of curiosity when you start talking about nationality and being African American or Black American, and here, you come from, you want to know where you actually come from, and let's see, how can I say this? My father was a Mason, and so the principles that he raised us are very similar to the Moorish Americans. So that kind of also opened my eyes to finding out more about it. But to be honest, when you speak about some of the laws and principles and the history, it's so, how can I say it? It's a lot of information. So basically I'm asking, is there somewhere or a school or somewhere where you can learn like the basic and kind of, teaching, the basics of so you can learn it more better, understand it?
Yes, and brother, real quick, I need to do this. We got to keep moving because our time is getting limited.
Let me address.
Because Taj gets class. Go ahead, Brother Taj.
Sabir.
Yes.
Sabir. Get her number, etc., and we'll make sure that she gets her basics. Who are the Moors? Moors defined, and understanding, addressing the Moorish movement. That's what she needs.
Okay, let me get this number out real quick, and she can reach out and leave a message on the chat with the sister Santasha because she has the computer. Yeah. Also at 1-888-495-4452, or you can go to SabirBeyProductions.com, and there's some stuff that's up there. Again, that's SabirBeyProductions.com. And also, I'm on Facebook. I don't even know. I'm on Facebook also under Sabir Bey. But what it is that
spell that for me? I'm sorry.
Say that again.
Sabir Bey. You said Sabir. I'm not for sure how you.
SABIRBEY Productions.com.
Okay.
That's you can Google it, YouTube it, everything is up there. You'll get the some of the basics of like what Brother Taj was saying. And we open for lectures also, so reach out to us. We're always here. This is what we do. We've been doing this for a while, so we always trying to get people because it's always new people coming in. This information. We actually did a documentary I did on Noble Drew Ali called "The Prophet of the People" with my brother from Turtle Gang, and actually that's up there. This is the first. This is the first time this has ever been done. It was a documentary. Mos Def is in there, Africa Bambaataa is in there, C. Freeman, Brother Taj, Dr. Ali Muhammad. You have a host of people in this documentary, which is the first time has ever been done. The trailer's on YouTube. If you go to Sabir Bey's promo, you'll see the trailer, but you also can order it. And this is what we do. But Noble Drew Ali said it takes finances to build a nation. So the sister was speaking about schools. We need finances. We need people to start helping. Now, we're not like charlatans. We don't go out and trying to sell paperwork to people. We're trying to get people involved in what we're doing.
The one where I went for a lecture, I know they were speaking of it used to be a school, but they lost a lot of funding, and now they have, like, lectures there. But a lot of times you can't really get the information of when the classes are, and, it's not as accessible as I know exactly what you're talking about. But we can learn a lot from our so-called Mexican brothers and sisters. I'm going to tell y'all. We can learn a lot from them.
because they know where to put their money at. Like right now, Jay-Z and Kanye is in California. Their ticket's probably like $150. Seriously. But people will donate. They'll pay for that. See what I'm saying? But what we got to do is flip it in from entertainment to edutainment. Make it educational. So thank you, sister. We got to move onward. We have some more callers. Santasha. Thank you, sister.
Yes.
Ready, definite.
Greetings. Welcome to Civil Alert. Caller, you're live. 954.
It's 1 in the evening. Okay.
Yes, peace. Welcome to Civil Alert. Where you calling from? What's your name?
Peace.
Hello? Okay, Santasha, clicking. Let's move. We can't hear him.
Caller, you're live on Civil Alert. 661.
Hey, grace and peace. This is Frank Sabir. How you doing?
Hey, Frank. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
I'm great. Hey, Taj, I really respect your teachings. I've learned a lot of things. I'm kind of piggybacking on the question that the last sister said, but I won't, dwell on it because I've got Sabir here in California where I can get with him. But I'm a structured type of person, and you all teach, like she said, a lot of information overload, and I'm looking also for an ABC 1, 2, 3, so that it will be implemented in my mind and construct. The other person talks about how to nationalize or proclaim yourself. But there was a question was asked, Brother Taj, about the military authorization bill and how would that affect us. You answered it, but it was kind of like over my head because I know that the Obama administration did do this last week. They want to, put police out on the military on the street, and they can assassinate you. They can do all this kind of stuff at their whim. How are you all protected, as the question was again, from this being sovereign, being nationalized? I'm not. I'm learning, but that's really interesting for me because that's where I am in my mind. I'm thinking, man, I need to get, I need to do this, but I need to do it comprehensively. You understand? So I'll take your answer, off the line or whatever.
Yes, but real quick, remember most of their target is the middle class Europeans who are the new niggers who are about to rebel against their government when they themselves are, in fact, the United States and not the sovereign people of the land. And when they disagree with their government, then they're in a state of insurrection, and that's what that's about.
So like what you guys are talking about, identifying the difference between the United States corporation and the sovereign United States of America. The more sovereigns.
Now you got it. There you go.
So, but what I'm saying is that you don't think that that's not a threat against the corporations, and they want to silence, like you talk about that?
Well, that's why I say look at TribalCon. They already told you that the corporation exists in name only. It's dead. It's done. And what they're doing, they've got de facto operatives that are actually been trying to overthrow the government. That's who you see in power right now. They're a threat to everybody, including the world. Why do you think China and India and the different nations are starting to cash in all their bonds?
The other thing, a question, and once again, what happened to? You see what happened to Libya? You see what happened to Egypt? Gaddafi was about to, he had $100 billion worth of gold. He had the deepest water.
Yes. You already know. In other words, what you'll see, you know what it is, and I know what it is. It's the fight of the U.S. corporation of the Jesuit order and Britain trying to rule for another 100 years because it's over for them. And so they're doing desperate means all around the world to suppress and overthrow governments. This is why they attacked Libya, because China had technicians in there, and Libya, as well as other African nations, are going to be doing business with China and India, etc. And that the attack on Libya was really an indirect attack on China.
On China,
wow.
Right.
Okay,
so
thank you, Brother
that,
Frank. We gotta move forward. We got.
Great speech.
Keep moving forward.
We gotta move forward. Next caller, Santasha.
Go ahead.
Santasha, we got a next caller because we got 15 minutes.
Yes. Greetings. You're live on Civil Alert. Caller 301.
Hey, how you doing? This is Arlen Austin from Washington, D.C.
Hey, peace.
Good, brother. Hey, how you doing?
Brother.
Yeah, my question is, by joining the Moorish Science Temple, what was I expected to learn?
The truth about your nationality and your birthright and the enforcement of the Constitution and taking your place amongst the affairs of men, international law, logically, and restoration of your birthright and your lost estate.
Oh, okay. Well, a buddy of mine here in D.C., we both joined Temple 71, and we was there for at least a month. But, every weekend when we attended service, we basically, were singing hymns.
Wow.
So we pretty much didn't learn anything. So
let me say this to you. You're going to First Church. I understand, but this is back to the infiltration. Yeah, but let me say this to you, that Brother Daoud Bey, he was another powerhouse that came out of Roundtable, my cousin, and he was implementing what Prophet Juali said. Moors travel. So when you see that, don't get all listening, because I knew already when I heard your question, it didn't sound right, it sounded baited. Go to other different temples. But again, like my father just said, and what I kept saying, you got to realize now and start identifying these agents that's among you. You understand what I'm saying? So, but the key thing is, that's why you travel. That's why you travel. Go to different temples. It was no different than what I experienced back in the 90s when we were really going heavy and I started visiting other temples. And they going to ask me a baited question. So, Dr. Hannibal, what temple you from? I said, wait a minute, hold on. I said, that's like me being a Jew going from Jersey to California, and I go find other Jews, and they're going to say, Oy vey, what synagogue you brought? No, they recognize themselves as a nation. They say, Shalom, brother, come on and break bread with me. I said, it doesn't matter with temple, but I put him in his hole. So I said, but I'm going to shut you down. We are a nation. We're not no little churchism or no little Ulaism, but I also showed my two daggone nationality card, ID, whatever you want to call it, or dues cards from being a part of two temples. So I shut them down. But I said, but we are a nation. So the real reason why I'm saying travel is because different areas, they have different cultures in a way.
Okay, we got 10 more minutes. We got 10 more minutes, y'all.
Yeah, some temples will actually have the three holy books, the Bible, the Quran, and the Circle 7. And they may be more in-depth. So just travel, brother. Don't limit yourself and don't condemn them. Just keep moving and being positive and then know what the prophet had said. First place I'm going to clean up when I come back is the temples. Now shut up, y'all. Okay, move on.
Thank you, Locke. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, caller.
We got to move forward because we got 10 minutes. And unless they want to support and sponsor the next, we can go.
Caller, you're live.
We can do this for 3 hours.
Alert.
Greetings.
Peace. Real quick, brother. Question or comment?
Hey, greetings. It's Ross Marvin from Atlanta, Georgia. I just want to thank Adam and Sister Santasha for inviting me to tune in tonight, and I've been enjoying the program. I have two questions. One question, same question in a way. And the question is, once we recognize that the United States is a corporation trying to take over the government of the United States, and once we recognize that the capital letters and so on and all these things and so on, is there any collective movement towards the Moors setting up his own government, or is it just an individual self-determination movement? I'm wondering if there's a heads of government of the Moors and everything else to reestablish all these things we're talking about, or is it best based in the sovereignty on an individual person?
Okay, thank you. Hold on one second. Let me answer that too, and Todd can chime in on this because we got. Are we
the
running
government
down?
Already exists.
It exists already.
Already exists. The distinction is back to teaching people fundamentals so they'll know the difference between rights and privileges, de jure, de facto, Constitution, fraud, republic, Democrat. You don't need to invent any new wheels. It already exists. What we've been suffering under has been the demo operatives of the deputy knights of the Jesuit order of the Barristers Association through England through the secret Treaty of Verona, as distinguished from the republic that was set up by Moors and a few deists who were like Ben Franklin, John Adams, etc. All of those Europeans were deists. They were not Christians. They were deists, and they studied Islam, and they study the science of ancient Africa. The distinction that has to be made is first in the people's mind, because they're looking for something that already exists. The deal is that they have ignored it, and it is themselves. They themselves are the government. They need to know themselves.
Wow. Okay, thank you,
That's
brother.
what the Great Association of Moorish Affairs is for. That's your structure of government, going down from the Sultan to my father was Emir. You know what I mean? We have all this functioning, but again, because y'all don't know, we get them agents that infiltrate, and they were a part of the movement bifurcating. And like I had said earlier.
Okay, Brother Hannibal, I don't mean to cut you, brother, but we're running against time, brother. We got callers on. I'm trying to get these callers off because there's other things. We only got 7 minutes, I think. Yeah, 7 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Thank you. We got to move on. What's the next caller?
Caller, you're live in Civil Alert, 404.
Hello?
Yes, real quick, brother. Question, comment, hit it, quit it. So we pushing up against the clock.
Hello. Yeah, I'm just calling to say peace and blessings to my godfather, my grand-godfather, y'all baby down here in Atlanta, Georgia.
What's up, Prince Emmanuel? That's my son, y'all. That's my son, Prince Emmanuel Terrell.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's your son, Hannibal? That's what's up.
That's my oldest baby.
That's what I'm talking
about.
Yeah.
I've been holding on. Oh, hey.
Thanks,
I've been holding on. I don't want to take up too much time, and I've been listening, and I just want to let Sabir know that I will be Facebooking him and the other sister that's on the line, too, because I got to get in touch with all my Moor brothers and sisters, and I am busting heads down here, Godfather, just to let you know, and Grand-Godfather to put these people in their place down here. So peace and love, and God bless.
Thank you. That's what's up. Next caller, Hannibal's son. All right, that's what's up. Next caller.
Welcome to Civil Alert. You're live. Caller 562.
562. Welcome to Civil Alert. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Amari, and I'm from Long Beach.
Hey, peace, Amari. How old are you, man? You sound young.
I'm 11.
That's what's up.
Ooh.
You have a question or comment?
Right, yes. How do you know we're all Moors? Like, where's your proof?
Say that again?
How do you know we're all Moors? Where's your proof?
Wow, Taj, wow. He said, how you know we all Moors and we're...
That was the last legal name you had on the records. The government knows it. And like I had said earlier, the government...
Hold up, one at a time, y'all, one at a time. Taj, go ahead, Taj.
Cut through the chase, real quick for the youth. Although there's more for yourself, go to a dictionary, and you'll notice that black is an adjective, not a noun. You'll also notice that it's Middle English, which means it's not an ancient African word. Then you look right beneath it, and you'll see a compound word, black or Moor, and it'll tell you the persons who are called Negroes, black, African Americans, woman, child, man, dark-skinned person, any dark-skinned person. And as soon as you study ancient anthropology, modern anthropology and socialization, you'll recognize that Moor and African is used by sociologists the world over synonymously.
That's what I'm talking about. See, we even have the youth, and it's funny because I used to go to a grade school in Detroit called Inseroma, and I used to teach the youth this. And, you know, like I said, this is not the last time we're doing this. Civil Alert is back on track. Please, people, support us. You know, hit me up on my Facebook, my website, the email. I mean, we going in. And I want to thank again the Zulu staff, Peace Up to Africa Mbada and Zulu Nation, for supporting this program. Please support Dougie Fresh's restaurant because, again, if you're in Harlem, what's the address, Santasha?
That's 132nd and 7th Avenue.
And it's called Dougie's. And actually, they have chicken and waffles for those that eat it. And actually, when Dougie was at the event, he also said if you come in there, and I'm going to actually probably text him or call him later on, he said when you come in and say Zulu, actually you get a free waffle. You get a free waffle when you come in and say Zulu. So he also have a vegetarian platter for those that don't know what you call. He just opened up, and for the record, for those that don't know, his father Hammurabi is a Bey. Hammurabi Bey is his father. So he even is coming over to the science. You know, we just recently seen Mos Def did a public announcement about his name correction. I don't want to say name change, but he did a name correction. So, like I said, a lot of these people are coming over to this program. How many more minutes we have before we get offline?
We have 60 seconds, guys.
60 seconds, brother. I want to again thank Brother Taj, Brother Hannibal. This is not the last time we can do this. We get ready because we got a host of other people coming on. I mean, I'm reaching out to Tommy Davidson again now. We got a lot of people coming up, you know, so it's going to be fire. So get ready. Civil Alert is back. And please support us. You know what I mean? Please, we need that support. Noble Drew Ali said it takes finances to build a nation. And Santosh, any closing remarks? Brother Taj or Hannibal, any closing remarks?
I just want to thank you all. And we still had a lot of calls, so then we may have to do a part 2.
Yeah, we got to do a part 2 to this, man. You know, we have to do. I mean, it gets flooded like that. I'm telling you, because this is the only place you're going to hear real talk. We don't cut no corners over here. So I want to thank everybody. You can read. This will be reposted up. Whatever Santasha do, her, you know, what she do with it. I want to thank her for always being there.
Peace.
Love.
All right, peace. Have a good night.
Peace.